the big success for India yet again. And it has not been a good month so far for criminals who tried to run away from Indian law. If last week 2611 plotter Tahawwur Rana was brought back to face the heat in India, then today came news that Mehul Choksi, fugitive businessman and kingpin in the 13,500 crore PNB scam, has also been arrested by Belgian authorities on the request of the CBI. This arrest has now opened up fresh possibilities of Choksi also being brought back to India and being made to answer for his crimes. Remember, there had been much political mudslinging in India over the issue of Choksi in April 2023 when the High Court of Antigua and Barbuda had ruled that he cannot be removed from the Caribbean country. Before that, in March, the Interpol had also withdrawn its red corner notice against Choksi, allowing him to move freely across the world. Net-net, it was said at that time in India that, look, Mehul Choksi has given a slip to Indian authorities and the government can do precious little. He has thumbed his nose at us. But then Choksi made a cardinal mistake. He travelled to Belgium in September last year for his cancer treatment on an F residency card since his wife Preeti is already a citizen of Belgium. Reports suggest that he had submitted a fraudulent document to secure that residency and even hid that he already has citizenship of Antigua and India. He was also allegedly planning to move to Switzerland next for further treatment at a cancer hospital. All this while, the ED and CBI tracked his movements. They shared legal documents related to Choksi's scam with Belgian authorities, and that finally led to his arrest on the 12th of April. Two non-bailable warrants, one issued by a Mumbai court dated the 23rd of May 2018 and the second also by a Mumbai court from the 15th of June 2021 were made the basis of his arrest. Now, Belgium's Justice Department has confirmed India's extradition request to News 9 and said that further judicial proceedings will start soon. Remember, the two countries already have an extradition treaty that was finalized in 2020. According to this, both countries will send back any person discovered on their territory who is accused or convicted of an extraditable offence. What does this extraditable offence mean? Well, basically it's an offence that is punishable under the laws of both countries with imprisonment for 1 year or a more severe punishment. Offences related to financial crimes, taxation or revenue also fall within the ambit of this extradition treaty. Now, what are the factors under which extradition can be refused? One of the factors is that if the request is political in nature, and that's the defense that Choksi's lawyers now plan to take along with his failing health.
My client Mehul Choksi has been arrested in Belgium and at the moment he is in custody and will be starting the process of filing an appeal against this, and then as a process of appeal we'll be requesting that he should be pulled out of the prison, and the major ground is that because of the ill health and he's undergoing cancer treatment, and of course he's not a flight risk at all. There is no push, it is a process. So non-bailable warrants have been issued against him since 2018. So it is a prerequisite for an extradition that there has to be a open-ended non-bailable warrant. So that warrant has been there since 2018. Earlier they tried to pick him up from Dominica, where they failed. So then by the Dominican court order, my client was getting his treatment in Antigua. But everyone knows that in Antigua the medical facilities are not all that good. So for his medical treatment he had to go to Belgium.
You see, everybody must be clear that our government is not going to let any criminal go scot-free, whether he is he's committed an economic crime or whether he's committed terrorism, whatever. No criminal can rest assured that nothing will happen to him if he runs away and takes shelter in another country. We'll bring them back, just like we brought Tahawwur Rana back, and just like we brought Abu Jiddal back, just like we brought a number of criminals back, those who had taken shelter abroad. We'll bring back Mehul Choksi, we'll bring back Nirav Modi, we'll bring back all those economic criminals.
What about Vijay Mallya? When is he going to come back? And so yeah, it's and also I think the Prime Minister, I remember promising that we're going to get back the black money. What really happened to that? So I really want to see all of that as well.
देखिए, बीजेपी को क्रेडिट लेने की आदत है. भगाया किसने था मेहुल चौकसी को देश से? भाजपा के नेताओं ने. मेहुल भाई चौकसी किसकी निगरानी के तहत भागे थे? प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की सरकार की निगरानी के तहत भाजपा नेताओं ने भगाया। हर बार हम देखते हैं हर 6 महीने में ये माहौल बनाने लगते हैं। दाऊद इब्राहिम को लाएंगे, नीरव मोदी को लाएंगे, मेहुल चौकसी को लाएंगे, विजय माल्या को लाएंगे। अब कम से कम आप उनसे पूछिए कि अगर आप मेहुल चौकसी को ला पाए तो कहीं ये तो नहीं होगा ना कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी उनको मन से माफ ना कर पाए और लोगों के पैसे जो वो लूट के भागे वो रिकवर ना करा पाए। आप ये पूछिए कि जनता का पैसा जो वो लूटे उसकी रिकवरी कब होगी।
अच्छी बात है अगर इस देश के आर्थिक गुनहगार है जिसने देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को धोखा देने की कोशिश की है, ऐसे लोग भाग जाते हैं और वापस इंडिया में लाकर उनके ऊपर मुकदमा चलेगा, उनके ऊपर पनिशमेंट होगी, तो उनका स्वागत करना चाहिए।
मैं एक विसिल ब्लोअर था जिन्होंने इसकी सबसे पहले कंप्लेन की थी एक सस्पेक्टेड फ्रॉड को लेकर इस कंपनी में। सो ये डेफिनेटली एक बहुत अच्छी न्यूज़ है। दिस इज अ वेरी गुड न्यूज़ दैट ही इज detained or arrested in Belgium, and now I would like to request our government and agencies he should be brought to India as soon as possible and put through the process of law. And whatever is the taxpayers' money which he defrauded the country with, apart from the bank's fraud, he has also frauded many business partners, franchisees, channel partners, and the employees also. All that money should be recovered from him.
I just hope, although I don't think so it's going to work out, because since they couldn't get Vijay Mallya for so long, I don't think so he can be brought back to India so easily, because there's so many legalities which are involved.
It's a really, really great news. We are very glad, particularly not only for India and for all those who got cheated by Mehul Choksi in India. It's unbelievable and how he got caught in Belgium. So it's very important now to not only get him back to India, but also it's most important is to get back the money he looted. Ultimately, that is what India needs, apart from getting Mehul Choksi back home. So I hope the government of India has identified where he stashed away his money, and it will be brought back to India.
4 years ago, India tried to get Choksi's custody when he was arrested by Dominican authorities in May 2021 for illegal entry. But he called it a kidnapping attempt at that time and alleged that Indian agents took him forcibly from Antigua and Barbuda to the Dominican Republic. In July 2021, he got relief from the British Queen's Privy Council and was allowed subsequently to return to Antigua. Later, the illegal entry charges against him in the Dominican Republic were also dropped. The pressure on the government went up even further, even more criticism of how Choksi got away. And all this while, he had been on the frequent flyer program ever since he fled from India on the 4th of January 2018. He had acquired an Antiguan citizenship in 2017 itself, which suggested that his exit was pre-planned. He had already taken citizenship a year before he even left the country's shores. He then stayed in Antigua until his arrest in May 2021. Then he returned to the country after 2 months, and finally last year he flew to Belgium, where he was spotted in September 2024 before finally being arrested this month. But Rana and Choksi are going to be in good company in India. Rana, who's already here, and Mehul Choksi, whose extradition now India is going to push for, because over the last few years, India has worked pretty stolidly to ensure that scamsters and terrorists, extortionists and gangsters, all of them who have fled to foreign shores, make their return to home sweet home. Babbar Khalsa's Jagtar Singh Tara, who was convicted for conspiring in the assassination of Punjab Chief Minister Beyan Singh in 1995, was finally extradited from Thailand in January 2015. He had escaped from Budel jail in 2004 after digging a 104-foot-long tunnel. Arguably, the most famous extradition was that of underworld don Chota Rajan, the right-hand man of Dawood Ibrahim. And accused in multiple murder and extortion cases, Rajan was arrested on the 25th of October 2015 by the police in Indonesia at the Bali airport. After being on the run for almost 3 decades, he was then extradited in November 2015. Next up is Christian Michel, who became the face of the Augusta Westland chopper scam. A British national, he was extradited from the UAE in December 2018. In the same case, UAE extradited yet another accused, Rajiv Saxena, the very next year. As per the ED, Saxena is a Hawala operator who runs an accommodation entry business in Dubai, basically introducing unaccounted cash into the financial system as legitimate business. To put it very simply, he laundered black money. The proceeds of crime in Augusta Westland were allegedly laundered by this man. He later turned approver. Deepak Talwar was a corporate lobbyist who was wanted by the CBI in a case of receiving illegal foreign funding. He was the president of MS Advantage India. It received foreign contributions worth 90 crore rupees from France and England-based companies. Finally, he was extradited again from the UAE in January 2019. Now let's talk about some of the sporting scandals. The most famous cricket match fixing case in history has been the one involving South Africa's tour of India in 2000. The bookie involved in it, Sanjeev Chawla, had been hiding in England. Under the Modi regime, it was India's first successful extradition since the treaty was signed with the UK in 1992. Chawla was brought back from London in February 2020. Criminals hiding in Africa were also brought back. So we've had a number of cooperations with the UK, notably with the UAE, America, as well as Africa. Mumbai-based gangster Ravi Pujari was living in West African countries, posing as a businessman. He stands accused of extorting politicians, was involved in several gang wars. The government activated its Indian missions in African countries like Ghana, Burkina Faso, which finally led to his capture and eventual extradition from Senegal in February 2020. Now let's talk about Tahir Merchant. He was involved in the 93 Mumbai blasts. He was working as a Dawood aide. He helped in financing those blasts, and he was brought back to India from the UAE in April 2022, only to die eventually in the Yerwada jail of Pune. India also managed to extradite a Thai national. He was involved in supplying arms for insurgency in the northeast and in a criminal conspiracy for illegal procurement of shipload of sophisticated arms and ammunition from a foreign country for a separatist group called the National Socialist Council of Nagaland. He was brought back from Thailand in December 2015, and to round off the top 10 is Anup Chetia. He was the General Secretary of the banned outfit Ulfa. He was behind insurgency and violence in the Northeast and was accused of various crimes including killing, kidnapping, extortion. He was extradited from Bangladesh in November 2015. Now, no one is claiming that Mehul Choksi will be back in India. He will be back on Indian soil in a matter of just a few weeks or months. In fact, it could take much longer. But what is amply clear is that the government is ready for the long grind and is willing to persevere as long as we are absolutely sure that every single person who has broken Indian law, who has run away thinking that he will not be made accountable eventually, will be back and he will be in jail.